Hey everyone, I know it's been less than a week, but I've got my chemo started, so I just wanted to kind of document everything through this part of the journey and give you guys some updates. So last week I had taken a pulmonary test where I did all these weird breathing tests and everything. I thought it was to make sure I was ready to start chemo. Apparently it is to get a baseline before I start. Brain cancer, typically, unlucky for me, this is not the case, but usually it comes from somewhere else. Often your lung, the brain and lung tissue is very similar. So a lot of times people will get lung cancer, it will travel to their brain, and by that point it's like all through their body and it's really bad. Mine is a genetic defect. Basically my kind of cancer only stays in the brain and everything. But because lung and brain cancers are similar, the chemos that attack, it's going to be going after things that are cued into my brain cells. So because the lung cells are similar, they need to have like a baseline just to check to make sure your lung function stays fine as you're going through chemo. Yesterday was my first day of taking the gliostine, lomustine, whatever you want to call it. I thought that I had the anti-nausea drugs left over from radiation, but when I went to I had already taken the chemo in the morning, I realized that I only had heartburn stuff from when I was on steroids. So I had to quickly call that into CVS. So you have to take it on an empty stomach. I did that, and then wait an hour to eat. So I basically got up at 6:30 in the morning, took it, ordered the anti-nausea drug at CVS through the app, knowing it would only be a couple hours. I just didn't realize they had told me to take them together. Because everything had kind of gone well so far, I was like, oh, it'll be fine if it's only a couple hours, because I figured it would take that long for me to get nauseous. So at 7:30, I woke up, ate an English muffin, and then at about 8:45, my stomach started to get really, really, really aggravated. And I like puked just the littlest a bit, and it was basically the English muffin. So then I went to CVS, got my drugs. As soon as I took it, I felt like 100% better. So then I reached out to my nurse and I, explained what happened. And apparently that hour you wait before you eat is all that drug really takes to absorb. So I got my dose. And then I felt pretty much fine, just a little bit tired. I felt like my leg was a little heavy yesterday. And then when I woke up this morning, I am definitely sure that I got a dose of chemotherapy because I was exhausted. I am usually, as soon as the sun is up, I am wide awake. And I was still in bed when Jill left for work today, which, is a testament to how wiped out I was. But I managed to, have a little breakfast, take my time, and I went out for a 3-mile walk, and I'm feeling better today. So I'll just be sure to take my nausea medicine as prescribed at the start of the next cycle when I take gliostine again. The BAA 10K is on Sunday and I am not running, but I am planning on going out and cheering. Oh, I am praying for all of you. It looks like the weather is really gonna suck. Normally it's a bazillion degrees with like direct sunshine, and it looks like it could be torrential downpours, but we'll see how it goes. You guys will have fun no matter what, and I'm gonna try and be out there cheering for you if I'm feeling well enough on Sunday. Next Wednesday is my first infusion of vincristine. That's the IV chemo drug that I'll be taking, and Joe's gonna go with me to that appointment. I'll also start my second oral drug, procarbazine, which I had to go on a low, it begins with a T, diet. It like interacts with the chemo, so even though I'm not taking that till next week, I already started eating that way now, which basically the only things that really affected me that much were soy sauce, chocolate. I can only have 1 cup of coffee, which is killing me. But at least now I'll be adjusted by the time I start that chemo drug. I'll then continue taking the procarbazine until July 19th, where I'll get my second infusion of this cycle. Then basically for the next 3 weeks after that, they'll just be doing blood work to see how I'm doing reacting to the chemo. And hopefully things will go well. And got my fingers crossed. One thing that does suck is my first infusion is literally the day before Tracksmith's Twilight 5000. So I'm going to just play it by ear and see how I feel. I am signed up now, and I was hoping to run around a 28-minute 5K. But feeling how this first chemo drug has affected me and knowing that I'll be on an infusion and 1 more chemo drug, I'm not putting any expectations on anything. If I don't feel it, I'll just come and cheer. But yeah, so it should be fun either way. And yeah, that's about it for now. Just a quick check-in. I'll talk to you guys soon and let you know how things go with the infusion and the Twilight 5K. Have a good one.